podcast.
Does it? No, Sensei!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cobra Guys, the Cobra Kai podcast. My name is Jeremy.
My name is Mikey.
And here we are back in the dojo, doing our thing, man. Watching Cobra Kai.
Yep, doing it in newly upgraded living room studios, dude.
That's absolutely right. I mean, we're on YouTube. We're on the podcast app. So, if you're on either one of those, go check out the other.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But Mikey was putting a lot of work into this dojo today, and it's looking pretty nice. He's sanding the floor. He's like
sanding the floor.
Nailing the hammer.
I painted all this red stuff.
He painted the fucking fence, and then I was like, other side, dude?
Ah, son of a bitch.
My bad.
I don't care about the other lot. I quit. This job sucks. But, any news in the world of Cobra Kai? I mean,
we're not doing spoilers for the movie, but I heard some stuff, but I don't want to talk about it.
But it can be.
We are going to go see the movie. The movie came out in Mexico first, which you know what? Good
cool.
for them.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody got it. Whoever gets Cobra.
So there's spoilers out there for the new Karate Kid movie.
We won't get into it, but
I
haven't heard anything bad about the movie.
Me neither.
I'm gonna say that much.
Me neither.
Let's see. We're gonna go see this movie. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Every trailer I've watched, I've liked the look of.
Stardust and Skylord actually were like, hey, make sure you go see this movie. Here's a little movie ticket money.
Ooh, on them, dude.
They're like, this one's on us, guys.
Thank yous.
That's pretty dope.
Thank yous.
Pretty dope.
That's excellent, dude. That's exciting. Almost as exciting, well, just as exciting as this episode, dude.
Yeah, so this is the best episode of Cobra Kai? Or I don't know. Maybe the last one's better. Maybe the first one's better. But this one's fucking awesome.
I think that this is like the best episode of a show ever if you've been watching a whole show and they really want to pay you off.
I would also say the same thing about the last episode of the series. Yeah. And the last episode of The Next Generation. Let's not go crazy.
I'm going to have to watch the last one before I decide. But
yes. This is rich with payoffs and character stuff and really badass stuff.
Yeah, but the finale episode is going to have to deal with the fact that it's the end, whereas this one might be able to benefit from the fact that something super cool happens at the end.
Kreese's redemption ties a lot of threads together, you know? It really, hits you in the heart, and with Tori and with Johnny, it really hit home with me.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously the Johnny thing was way deeper.
Yeah, but the Tori thing, it was like he was able to make Tori smile for the first time in 4 seasons.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And she lights the fucking room up.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
You know, and it's you're so happy for her in that moment. Well, I was.
I was too, absolutely. Just the absolute cheer in her smile. Like, oh, Tori can smile. She's usually dealing with something.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. Totally. But yeah, I love this episode. Let me just write
Mr. Miyagi thing. Let's just right off the bat.
Yeah,
I mean, I loved it. I don't know if people don't like it, but I know that people don't like the CGI, Mr. Miyagi stuff.
CGI.
Yeah, they don't really. I think that some people have a distaste for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, well, it wouldn't have looked like him anyway because it would have been a stunt double.
Yes. I don't care. It didn't bother me.
And I'm like, it's awesome for the story, and it's an awesome idea and a great. The visual looked good, yeah.
The visual looked great.
Yeah.
All the problems,
I'm buying it because I like it.
Yes, agreed. All the problems I had with the binary senseis and all that crap and why I couldn't make sense of it and I didn't like it and it broke the reality, I would imagine maybe some people would have with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Not that it breaks reality because it's a dream.
Yeah.
But the CGI Miyagi might take you up. But for me, I kept writing in my notes. I was like, I don't care. I love this.
Totally.
Even the part where there was a part where they showed Tori doing the push-ups. Mm-hmm. And it was like, that would be the scene where you see her brother.
Yes.
And I was like, it's fucked up that they just snapped him out of existence. But then I wrote, I don't care. I love it because the character's just, the story's a little easier without having to figure it out.
Yeah. And it's like, I guess by not showing him, they're like, it's fine. He's figured
fine.
It out. We're not going to bother explaining it.
Tori wouldn't leave him wherever he is if he wasn't
He's
fine.
fine.
He's
fine.
He's
probably doing better.
He's probably doing better. Tori wouldn't be able to offer too much to him. She can't even barely get by on her own.
Yeah. To quote Stabbing Westward, she can't even save herself.
Yeah.
Oh, to paraphrase.
Yeah.
So
well,
just save yourself.
Yeah. You can't even save yourself. I don't want to get popped.
Totally,
I
because
don't
that
wanna
was
get
so
popped.
accurate, they might think it was the actual.
Yeah, dude. I remember I used to listen
recording.
to that song at the jukebox at Stefano's Pizza in Mansfield, Massachusetts. My home, one of my 2 home pizza stomping grounds.
Shout
from my
out,
youth.
what was your favorite thing to get there?
Slice.
A slice?
A slice.
I never knew about getting slices when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
Well, we would usually get a full pie, but you could do slice, and sometimes kids only have money for a slice.
Yeah.
But they had the big wide flat.
Oh,
More
big
of a
white
New
flat
York
pizza,
style
They
type
got slices
situation.
over here at this new pizza place. $9 for a slice. Maybe
That's
they give you 2. I'm not sure.
They
but
must give you 2.
It says $9. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on.
$9
In this economy?
Yeah, but we did order those pizza. Another shout out to fucking Stardust and Skylord because we got that birthday pizza
Yeah,
from
you're
there.
right.
And those
That
were
is
some nice
true.
large cheese pies that we had.
Yeah, you're right. Those are some delicious
Does any-
pizzas.
Does anybody eat any maximum groundage on this episode?
What's their maximum grindage?
Emotional satisfaction.
Yeah, nobody eats any food on this. It's all
Balance.
it's all chicken soup for the soul.
Chicken soup for the soul. Karate chicken soup for the soul.
Mhm.
I love this episode. 5 out of 5. Yeah. So when I first finished doing my watching it before I was going to even get into the scene by scene breakdown in my notes,
Yes.
I wrote, this may be the single most emotionally satisfying episode of not just this show, but maybe any show ever. It triple, quadruple juicy for all of us because of the long journey we've taken, but it also stands alone as just an excellent episode of TV. It's exciting and chock full of hot karate action. It hits us with callbacks, flashbacks, and a fucking hellacious dream sequence featuring one Mr. Miyagi. They wax on, wax off together. Miyagi crushes balls. But all that aside, this episode grabs your heart, squeezes it, gives it a noogie, and tells you it loves you.
Yeah.
You never thought you'd want a hug from John Kreese. This show rules. I acknowledge Miguel as my tribal chief. Cobra Kai is
Yes.
back. Throw Thunderstruck under it. Cobra and Chrome. Send it to the internet. 100 out of 100. S tier. A+. Would recommend 5 stars.
Yeah. Dude, there's that one part like at the very end where they announce Miguel as the boys representative
Yeah,
from
the
Cobra
captain
Kai.
for Cobra Kai.
Yeah, when he fucking looks at Axel, you're like, "Oh, man.
Dude, I love
he's
that.
going to fuck him up."
Because
he's like,
he looks at him and then disregards him.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you know what? I'm not even going to spend any more time looking at you. And Axel's like, oh, how
Totally.
dare he
Because
not look at me?
Axel's already feeling a little shaken because Robby got to him, and then also he did that fucked up shit.
Yeah, he doesn't love that he did that.
No, but
But he did it, and that makes him an asshole.
just like the
They're-
original Cobra Kai, yes.
Yeah. They're all assholes.
Yep.
They might all win asshole of the week for me this week. I don't know if that's a category, but like that whole squad. It's fucked up that Terry told
Dragons?
Yeah, that Terry told Wolf to do that. That Wolf told Axel to do it, and that Axel did it when he told him.
Yep. Has Terry been off his psych meds this whole time? Is that what we're meant to believe? Or no?
No,
Because I mean, he was initially, right? That was the whole thing
yeah.
when he was, not before Kreese pulled him back in.
I don't specifically feel like he is off of them.
Okay. Because
I
he is
think-
acting pretty coolly most of the time.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job dealing with his imminent death.
Yes.
And only when he drops his pills in the sink. And as anybody who needs their pills and they fall in the sink, there's really nothing more frustrating. You finally get your pills open and then they fall in the sink.
Yeah, that is the worst.
I might as well smash my head into the wall because now I
Totally.
don't have my stupid pills.
And especially if you're dying, you're like, fuck these pills.
Fuck these pills. Why am I even taking pills?
Yeah.
So that I can get my vengeance on the Russo.
Yeah, totally.
That's why.
I can't wait to go on SportsCenter and say some snide
Oh,
lies.
yeah. I call it in my notes DSPN.
DSPN,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's right after the E.
Definitely.
So yes, this episode opens with an ESPN type coverage of the upcoming Sakai Takai with hosts Kevin Burkhardt and Ryan Clark.
What do you know about these guys?
I know Ryan Clark. I'm pretty sure he's a football guy. I've seen him on some of the football programs that
Okay.
I watch.
Got it.
But
The other guy,
Kevin Burkhardt, he looks. You know what? I'll take their word for it because they both say we've covered so many sports.
yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I'm sure people who are.
There's a lot of sportscasters out there,
yeah,
you know?
for sure.
He could be a California market guy that we don't see him do.
No, I think he's a international ESPN type sports center.
Oh,
I've
wow,
heard the
okay.
name Kevin Burkhardt. I just don't know which sport he's affiliated
All right.
with. But
So they got some real guys. Makes sense. Great job.
Yeah, they got real guys for
I
sure.
appreciate the authenticity.
But-
Although you'd think they'd find a karate master.
Well, that guy doesn't. I guess it doesn't cross over. Being good at karate doesn't make you a good TV
Or this
host.
was the first time anybody ever thought we need a karate announcer.
Well, they never thought of it.
Who do we get? Well, they're all in the tournament.
Yeah. We can't even find that one John Kreese
Yeah,
fella.
Get me John Kreese. Like, sir, he's gone dark.
Well, he's what?
He's off the
gone
map,
dark.
sir.
He's off the map. So the hosts are telling us about the most elite karate tournament in the world with the best under 18 martial artists. I wasn't sure if the Sekai Takai was under 18, but I guess obviously it was.
Yeah, unless like it's a tie and then the adults have to fight for it.
Yeah,
I guess
they play pretty loose with the rules.
I love it.
Which
yeah.
we
it's
get.
like the WWE.
Yes.
Like whatever we can fucking make happen will happen.
And I loved in like an excellent turn at the end when Miguel and everybody's part of Cobra Kai again, and Terry's like, "Well, former members,
They
dude."
use the goddamn loopholes.
It's awesome.
Well, he had mentioned in a previous episode that like, don't
he
worry,
used the
I know how to
loophole,
use
yeah.
the wiggle room.
Yeah, totally. And he used all those same wiggle room and loopholes to get the whole tournament back on.
Yeah,
too.
you're right. And to get like control of that dojo.
Yep, and to put all the right refs in. Not
Yeah.
in this case, but
Nah,
might
he
as
paid
well
off
have.
Vidal.
Dude, you might as well have taken
I
a
thought
payday.
Vidal was a man of honor until today.
Well, he's a man of honor. He's just a bad ref. He's a dope.
Or perhaps someone had spoken to him and been like, listen, dude, we can't have the tournament end in a disqualification.
Yeah, but as a worthwhile karate sensei, you could be like, okay, I agree with that, but I think that snapping a dude's leg is one step too far.
I know. Vidal has no honor.
I'll tell you what, this didn't do anything for me for Vidal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can't make everybody the ultimate babyface, I
Yeah.
guess. They're like, yeah, you know, he didn't like that call.
I'm reckoning we're going to have to boot the fucking badass tier list of Cobra Kai back up and put him down a level from whatever shitty level he was
I
on.
don't think, he was, yeah, you're right. We did. You're right. Forgot
Put his
about his
ass
lack
in.
of honor.
Yes.
No, I don't mean the actual man, Vidal. Of course he has honor, but the character, that guy, I don't trust him.
If I was Vidal, I'd be like, hey, man, you kind of making me look like a dope. I don't love that. So we have our matchups set up. Sam versus Tori, and then the winner versus Zara,
Yep.
and then Robby versus Axel.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got? No. So
The
these,
real WrestleMania night one this episode.
yeah.
You know?
Do you like the Sports Center crap?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it was necessary. It's how I envisioned it, and I'm glad that's the way it went down.
And it gives the episode a certain like energy when it starts.
Yes, definitely.
Seeing all the it is pretty funny thinking about all the footage though.
Yeah.
Like all the footage they have footage from Karate Kid.
That is funny. Well,
Which
I mean,
that's actually not weird. 'cause
that
that's
had been shown that it was
yes.
on YouTube before.
Yes.
Which is great.
But they have like the pictures of Miyagi and stuff. So we
Yeah.
jump around the valley. Various people are watching the program. First stop, the Lawrence family. Robby doesn't sound confident about his fight with Axel and the thought of more people seeing him, but Johnny tells him not to worry about the people. Screw the cameras. But then his part comes up, so he tells everyone to shut up.
Yeah. First of all, I was thinking during this scene, I'm like, must be amazing for Robby. He has this big opportunity, this big night, and he's sitting there with his whole family, and they're all so invested
Yeah.
in like his karate journey. You know,
Mhm.
they know they're like they all have such an intimate relationship that they know exactly how he feels and like what they need to be saying. And his dad could offer some pretty sick karate advice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alrighty, here we go. So Johnny is dismayed to discover that his segment was almost entirely cut from the show, even though he said he talked to that guy for like an hour. He got a whole ass suit.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's a bummer, dude.
And it was like, what did he say? It was like something. It was terrible. Well,
Yeah.
nobody wants to lose, but
Yeah, it was like
That was it.
Yeah, and then it cut right to Daniel telling his story.
yeah,
That's some fucking bullshit, dude.
yeah, that's the bullshit.
Oh yeah, he said, yeah, well, nobody likes to lose. Boom, cut away. Bonsai. Johnny was like, whoa, what's going on?
Yep.
I wrote it's funny seeing flashbacks of Karate Kid on the TV being used by DSPN so regularly.
That's
Shit,
hilarious.
people just have it. They're like, oh, you need that?
Well, it was on
All-Valley
YouTube,
footage?
so they could find it, obviously, yeah.
But who took it? Who took that? So I'm thinking somewhere on somebody's camera is Miyagi, like, doing the fucking freeze frame.
Yes.
The announcers pivot towards talking about Miyagi-Do, a dojo with a rich family history going back 400 years and brought to the United States by its previous sensei, Nariyoshi Miyagi. They show picture.
I know all that.
Yep.
I know.
They have the scrolls.
They got Shrimpo Sensei.
Yeah, dude, they got Shrimpo Sensei. They showed him Shrimpo Sensei, then they showed him some scrolls, and then they had a dope-ass picture of Mr. Miyagi.
Very cool. You wouldn't like this.
No, he wouldn't like any of this, dude. Mr. Miyagi doesn't like that sort of crap. One announcer's discussing how interesting it is that Miyagi-Do has been successful in the tournament because at its core tenet, Miyagi-Do is about defense only. That's true.
How dare they enter the tournament?
Yeah. We joined the LaRusso home. We see Daniel and Chosen celebrating that they brought Miyagi-Do to the world. That's a lofty thing to just agree, like, we did it, Chosen.
It's funny. It's like Daniel only wanted to do that because Terry Silver wanted to bring Cobra Kai to the world.
Right, so he needed to bring Miyagi into the world to offset all that.
Yeah, but it's like that wasn't part of it.
And there's 100 Cobra Kais out there, apparently, because the Iron Dragons were just
Just
lying in
bad.
wait.
Yeah.
But Daniel doesn't feel completely satisfied, and the next part of the promo doesn't help when Terry Silver starts talking trash. He starts breaking the fourth wall right to Daniel.
Yeah.
He's like, me and Mr. Miyagi, my old pal Miyagi, best butteroonies.
The most honorable man I've ever met,
Yep.
which was true, probably.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah. And then also we shared a student. That was also true. This guy's telling lies with the truth.
Yep. And he was the interviewer must have been like, Terry, where are you? Back on camera, bud. Where are you? You're all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where do we go? The interview asked Terry about the super suspicious amount of cheating he's been involved in. And Terry says one of the ugly truths about society is that people find joy in coming after those on top.
Classic fucking rich guy bullshit.
Yeah. And this is kind of the same approach, which I don't know if that's probably what Terry and his people told Zara to do. But when she's talking about what happened with Tori, she's like, oh, it's a shame when women are always trying to pull down other women.
Yeah.
They're like making the issue, they're making it a popular issue, but not what's really happening.
You make yourself the victim.
They're making themselves
Like
the
that
victim.
lady who said the N-word to a little baby kid, and then she ended up making a GoFundMe, and racist people gave her $5 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. The world is a nuts.
She made herself the victim.
The world is a nuts place. It could use more Miyagi-Do, though, Daniel. So it is good you brought it out into the world, even though Mr. Miyagi would not co-sign.
Nice try, pal.
Yeah.
I mean, you did good for Robby, I guess. Although, as long as his knee heals.
Yeah, man, I think I saw the bone on this last watch through, and I hadn't seen the bone every other time.
Yeah. If he got this big sponsorship deal, but fucking Axel wrecked his knee.
Well, he got the big sponsorship despite his wrecked knee, right?
But what if he could never fight? He'll just still be in the ads.
He'll be like really handsome and
He'll
like
be like
show up
Tori's boyfriend.
Yeah, and he'll like hold her nunchucks or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh no, Robby, there's worse lives to live.
True.
Than going out there having to carry Tori's bag. So the Iron Dragons, he says one of the ugly truths is society finds joy in coming after those on top, and that's exactly what my Iron Dragons are. Undefeated and on top.
He kind of goes into a WWE style promo at the end here.
100%. So then we go over to the Iron Dragons. They're putting over Sensei Wolf, talking about his 3 championships and his super cool name. That's a big thing in this, an ongoing bit that they do in Cobra Kai. Is we're always talking about how cool the names are.
Yeah.
Which they are. I mean, it's true. Did anyone ever say that Eagle Fang was badass? Did Daryl get his hands on that?
No, I don't think Daryl was around for that.
He must have. That's too bad. Daryl might have
I think
liked
everybody says eagles don't have fangs.
So right away it's stupid. It's not badass.
Yeah.
It could have been Eagle Fang Karate, and he could have been like, yeah, we strike like an eagle, and then like a snake, we use those fangs. But he's like, no, dude, guys, eagles have fangs.
It could have been an eagle carrying a snake in its talons, and the snake's fangs were out.
And that would be a real fuck you to John Kreese and Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
that is what it should have been.
Yeah. You ever seen an eagle eat a snake?
That's
pretty
fucked badass, man. That's badass.
Yeah.
Do you know what Sensei Wolf's real name is?
I could
Don't
guess,
take a
but
guess.
I'm not
Feng Shao.
Dude, that's what I was going to guess.
You were going to guess that?
I was going to say Feng Shao. Because Fang like fangs.
Yeah. And you spell Shao, you know.
X-I-U.
A-O, but yes.
Damn it.
Feng Shu, yep, absolutely. So Ryan Clark starts putting over Zara. We're on a 2-name basis, me and that guy. We don't know each other. She's the girls' captain and a social media darling. She's a great role model for her young followers. I don't know. We saw that Tori exposed her for being a 2-time and 2-face B.
Yeah, but she's sick of karate.
She is sick at karate.
She
And
does-
like what they
she does the nunchucks.
she is doing the nunchuck. She's doing bow staff in the social media post.
She could beat up all the Ninja Turtles.
The interesting thing is, like, the thing they show Zara doing on her social media is exactly what that lady does on her social media.
The actress,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah, but she's not a bitch about it.
No, she's
not
really
evil.
actually
She's not from
nice.
an evil dojo in real life.
Yeah.
Which, do you think there are evil dojos?
There's got to be one, dude. There has to be where they're like
They're
playing
like-
by Cobra Kai rules.
Yeah, they're like cranky and they're like mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of dojos are tough.
Like, there's definitely still some dojos out there where the sensei can hit you, like in the
Whoa.
face,
yeah, I
like
don't know
how-
if that's.
like how Sensei Wolf hits Axel.
Oh, you think it's going down like that?
It's probably one or two.
Like straight beating on him?
Yeah.
Probably not on a world championship level.
No, probably not.
Not that I know much about the world championships of karate.
Or what if they just hit you
exist.
to, like, they hit you in the ribs with like kendo sticks so that you toughen up and stuff. That's
Yeah.
definitely a thing.
Yeah.
You're holding a big weight over your head. They're whacking
yeah,
you.
Yeah, but I don't think that's not the
not
same thing.
abuse.
That's just training.
Yeah.
That's just building fucking muscles.
So
dude.
what are you saying? Evil? Like how?
Like use your karate out on the street to beat the shit out of people.
I
And
think like if you're a sensei and you say that, like you wouldn't have made it to be a sensei.
yeah, all the
Like
other
that's
senseis.
that's like the first thing everybody learns.
right. That's pretty lame.
Don't
shit.
take that shit out into the
Don't
world.
take that shit out.
But that's not to say that there's like tons of people who go and learn karate and like I cannot wait to take this shit out into the world.
and lots of people take their shitty shit out into the world
yeah,
already, and they don't
true.
even know karate.
It's true.
Tori's hammering sit-ups in her living room, looking at the slimy, self-important Robby fucker on the TV, which is what it looks like she's thinking. I didn't say that. That's what it looks like she's thinking.
Yeah.
Her brother continues to be snapped, like I was saying earlier. I like that. Out of existence, no longer.
No, that's what
around.
happened. He was the only one that didn't come back.
Yeah, he's the only one who didn't come back. Yes. And coverage moves on to Cobra Kai and how cool the dojo name is. Again, these guys. If I'm Daryl, I'm like, what is this? Put me on the DS.
Not only that,
Daryl Sports. Blah
They
blah blah.
stole his how badass is that name, and they also stole It's Karate Time. Like they watched The Last All Valley, stole all Daryl's catchphrases,
Oh.
and they made this little news report.
100%. Yeah, you're right, because they show the poster of Where is John Kreese, which is funny.
That is wicked
Yeah,
funny.
and I did write, I believe Daryl has left an indelible mark on the sports announcing landscape because they stole that from him.
Yeah.
100%. Tori's guzzling some water angrily when there comes a tapping, a gentle rapping at her chamber door, as there always is. And it's old Kreese's Pieces.
Yep.
What the hell do you want?
I won't take up much of your time. I just wanted to apologize. I failed you as a sensei back in Barcelona.
I should have had images for the clips.
Right.
I
Next
treated
time.
you like you were some soldier in my own private war. I regret letting you down. I regret letting Quan down.
Makes sense. He's dead.
You let him down the most you could.
Is Yoon gonna fight?
No one is.
No, everyone's mad about you.
You're the last of the Cobra Kai.
Wow. You got to get a tattoo that says that.
But you signed off on the tournament.
So you could fight.
Sick.
So you could be the champion.
Kreese rules.
It's
I know
true.
you
He's the
don't
man.
want me in your corner.
She does, though.
But I have always loved your guts and passion. Just know that I will always be rooting for you.
5 rows back.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I'll be hiding in there, but you'll see me. I'll give you a real Mr. Miyagi.
It's true. He does that.
Does it have to be?
I love that.
I need a grandpa.
Goodbye?
Yeah. I would like to have a grandpa. Afraid so, kiddo.
Kablooey time for me.
Kablooey. Go Bluey, Dad.
I'm afraid so. I have one last thing to do. and
Couple.
then It's time.
Yeah.
You do have to blow up to Terry, not
Yeah.
Tori.
Step aside.
It's true. I mean, I'm glad they had him blow up Terry because
too.
it
Fuck
is his
that guy.
it is his fault.
Yeah.
You know, he should have let him die in Nam.
He should have. He made a mistake all those years ago. So that was an awesome scene.
That
Kreese
was
is
amazing.
Kreese is just traveling around town, just handing out fucking delicious.
In some ways, he reminds
scenes.
me of the Crow. It's almost like he's already dead, but he's getting to make up for his last deeds right now.
Oh, shoot.
Right?
Dang, dude. He went to Tori's house. He said, you still have your hat on.
That was exactly like the scene where, Eric met Sarah,
Yeah.
And then he's like, can you please stay? I'm like, nope. Can't
Gotta
stay.
go. Where do you think he thinks he's going?
I think he's going to be homeless until he dies.
Okay. He's not, still planning to kill Terry.
No, I don't think he's planning to kill Terry yet. I think that's a whim.
We're going to have to see.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. Maybe. I mean, that would make sense, but he seems so nonviolent right now.
Yeah, but he's like, I just have one more thing to do.
Go apologize to Johnny.
Apologize to Johnny.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that, does Kreese, if Kreese had found out what Terry was planning to do to Johnny and his family, maybe then that's why he would have blown him up. But I don't think that I think he was already on his way to fight Terry to the death.
Maybe. He did just
we'll
kind
have
of
to see.
He does just kind of see him and be like, yeah, I'm going to go after that guy.
Yeah. Well, he snuck onto his boat.
Yeah, but I think he saw him earlier that day.
Yeah. How did he sneak onto the boat?
I think he followed him.
In another boat?
No, I think he got on right after Terry got on, and he was
Okay.
hiding there until he got out into the water.
Well, either way, it's funny if he followed him on the
A
boat.
schooner?
But it's also funny if he was just just waiting while Terry was making plans and having a coffee and stuff.
He's walking like 70 paces behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen.
And then he just goes down into the bilge part, and he just sits there.
He's bilging up, yeah.
Next to the bilge pump. That's the only part of a boat I know.
I'm gonna get him.
The bilge pump.
Yeah, because you got to get that water out of there.
What if there's bilge in there? You got to pump it out.
Bilge, fuck bilge. Kill bilge, I say.
Kill bilge part 2.
We cut to the next day, and everyone's arriving at the Sakai Taikai. People are pouring out of buses, and the parking lot is jamming. Gunther's on the mic welcoming everyone. The Sakai Taikai boasts a rich and proud history. And if you're here, then it's because you embody all the Sakai stands for. Welcome competitors, sensei sponsors, and people eating corn dogs.
Yeah, big corn dog crowd.
To the San Fernando Valley for the conclusion of the world's greatest karate tournament.
They got nachos.
They do have nachos with
corn
jalapenos,
dogs.
we know.
I didn't see
Oh,
if they had...
there's tons of grindage.
Yeah, here's the most bodacious grindage.
Death nachos.
Yeah, I know that they had soft pretzels at the All Valley, so I'm assuming they have them here.
I saw a guy grab from one of the stands I don't know, it was long. It looked from the side, it looked like if you're looking at a pizza box from the side, but I assumed it couldn't have been. So it was a long cardboard box. What do you think's in there?
Churro?
That's what was my guess.
But you could also serve a churro with a wax paper.
Yeah, dude, that seems like
You know?
don't put my churro in a box.
Yeah.
I've never had a proper
Maybe it was a personal pan pizza. A salad?
Yeah, but he was holding it vertically.
Oh, my
That's
God.
insane.
That's
I hope
insane.
it's not a pizza.
No. I don't know, dude.
Yeah. I'll have to go back in Food Zoomer when we get back to it in when we cover this for a 10th time.
Yeah.
Zara on the chucks. She has the nunchucks that Johnny was testing out at the Sakai Takai because she's one of the sponsors.
She's doing pretty good. Double
Yeah.
chucking. But actually, at the end, though, she did just start punching, which I'm like, I guess that's the Chuck's move.
I think she got so nunchuck excited that she just. I watched a thing. I think I might have said this previously, but where that lady is ferocious on the yells. Her ice and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Her chi voice power is incomparable. Apparently, she
Crazy.
can scream for the longest amount of time.
Wow.
She said that's what she
Good
said.
for her.
Dude.
I believe her, dude. She
Yeah,
looks,
man.
You know, she's earning the karate valor.
Yeah. We cut outside to the parking lot. Johnny and his beautiful special boys are unpacking the Eagle van with their dad.
It's funny he's still driving the Eagle van.
Yep.
He didn't even bother changing it.
They're
He's like, whatever.
Yeah. And it is an appropriate vehicle for the size of his family. There's
Absolutely,
a new baby on
you're
the way.
right. Oh my God, he grew into it.
Yeah, he did grow right into it.
And it was also funny how he ended up getting that from Dad. And you're like, just let me have it.
Just let me have it. And Daniel's like, I don't care, dude.
I don't
You
even
can
want
have
that.
it.
Nobody wants that van, dude.
Do you want a better van? He's like, no, this van is fine. I
Yeah.
don't want any fucking handouts. Well, he wants us a couple.
Yeah, we gotta need a few to get ourselves off the ground here.
Miguel reminisces about all the good memories he has at this place, but Robby only remembers losing like a loser. And Miguel reminisces about, I just almost read the same sentence twice. Papa tells his boys to head in with the bags, get all signed up, but there is another Papa prowling the parking lot.
You need a hand, kid.
You need a hand?
Terrifying.
It's a
Don't
scary
worry
sound.
about it. I just came by to thank you. for what you did for me in Barcelona.
Silver just got what he had coming to him.
But when push comes to shove, Johnny Lawrence always does the right thing.
That's cool you to notice that, man.
Well, now it's my turn.
I don't want anything from you.
I'm sorry
He's
that
like, I got
went
40
over.
bucks. Everything I could put together
I was
for
so
you.
proud of you for bringing it back. Sure, it was different, but that's what it needed. For the last few months, I've been thinking a lot about my failures. And my biggest failure happened right here in this parking lot.
I said I did my best. You're nothing. You lost. You're a loser. You're the loser. Yeah.
Get a nerve with that
Now we
loser
can
thing.
I love those guys' blue
You lost to
jackets,
LaRusso
man.
back in
Yes.
'84.
Those are nice.
You handled it like a man.
You're all right, LaRusso.
It's
And
cannon.
what I did next was inexcusable.
Come on, who's the loser now?
Oh, come on,
Who's
man.
the loser? I don't hear you.
If it wasn't for me, you would have kept going.
That was the beginning of
You
part
ended up
two.
in the Shikai Taikai. Instead, I left all that garbage from my life on your doorstep and made you carry it for 35 years.
Excellent turn of a phrase, my friend.
Yep. Johnny's like, wow, he's
I'm sorry
being
for that,
very
Johnny.
sincere.
Yeah.
I gotta go watch my son fight.
Damn, dude.
Wow. Kind of left him
That's-
hanging there.
Yeah, he did. He's not quite ready to
Yeah.
open up.
It's not the time, dude.
It's not the time. What do you think is like? What is the what is the saying? The hair that broke the camel's back. Like the thing that made him really reach out to Kreese, other than thinking that maybe he could do the old Cobra Kai switcheroo. I don't feel like that's why he did. I think
Was it Robby getting hurt?
Yeah, but it was right after. But it was right after Daniel had talked to him about how Sam was quitting. Do you think that had anything to do with it in the how he had found the meaning of karate, and then Johnny was thinking about what?
Oh
his-
yeah, he did say like something about our senseis, right? He said, our senseis aren't perfect people.
exactly. Yeah,
And
they make mistakes. They're
but
just
they-
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like Daniel, I guess in that instance is saying, I'm going to honor Mr. Miyagi by not fighting, and Johnny's like, well, then I will honor my sensei
By fighting,
by fighting.
and he'll help me do that because my sensei loves a rumba,
And he owes me one.
and he owes him one. But it's not just because he owes him one. It's obviously it's
No,
a
it's
very
very
genuine
complicated and
moment.
very
Moment
layered.
they have. Yeah.
Yes.
We cut to the interior of the S6E13 Taikai. Gunther announces that local hero and shitty referee Daryl Vidal will be stepping in to help us with the events of the evening.
Yeah.
Vidal grabs the mic, and he has no extra energy, no riz, no pop, no swagoo.
Hey man, lay off Vidal. I think he's doing all
No,
right.
Vidal stinks, dude. I think they should have got Sensei Ram Tonglinson in here to ref this thing.
Totally.
Get it all sorted up,
Yep, I agree. No, I mean you got to give Vidal his moment, right?
I guess.
He was Mr. Miyagi's stuntman.
Sure, dude.
That's awesome.
Did he play him in this? Did they get old man Vidal out there
I don't
to,
think so.
to play
no.
the
They
shadow
got
of
Vidal
Miyagi?
Jr. I think actually. Yeah.
Shannon joins Amanda, which is nice. She's here to enjoy the karate events.
Mhm.
In the front row of the stands.
I don't know why her little boyfriend's not here.
Vance or no?
Yeah.
Not Vance. It
Vance?
couldn't have been.
Yeah, I think
Lance.
it was Vance.
No. Jace. I think
Whatever
it was Jace.
whatever his name was one of the replacement Dukes of Hazzard's names.
All right, nice. But
JD Vance, I think.
JD Vance, that's probably him. Amanda, as the supermom, what do you think?
Good gag,
I love it.
but I'm like, yeah, okay. Amanda, don't act like that.
Well, I mean, she could though. She's
Yeah.
got a fire in her, dude.
It's true. She drunk?
She seems a little drunk.
Okay, well
she
then-
seems a little drunk.
well, then
maybe
no,
her and
mind it.
Yaya fucking
She
bumped.
plays just spliff in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
they bumped into each other in the parking lot.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree.
No,
I
because
buy
she
it.
painted herself
No,
up.
I know.
No, you know what? Her and Yaya got high at the house. They all met there before.
Yes, to take prom pictures.
Yes. Yes.
Here's my question. Obviously, it's a good gag.
Yes.
It's a callback to the
Why isn't she?
Topanga Karate
Yeah.
Mom. But is Amanda self-aware at this moment?
No.
Or is she not? She
You're
just
right.
slipped
and
right
that-
into it.
And that's not like Amanda. 'Cause
Exactly.
Amanda, yeah. I was going to say Amanda can be a little not self-aware, but then I was like, she's usually drunk when that happens. So
Yeah.
You might be right.
Yeah.
She's not. She's rooting for Robby primarily. She's putting the. She's not.
She's a
like,
Robby fan.
Yeah, she's not yelling for Sam because I think she knows. She's like, Sam's going to beat someone's ass. Whoever my daughter's going to fight is going to get their ass beat.
Yeah, Robby needs the support.
He does need the support.
You know.
He needs it the most.
Everyone can tell Robby's a little afraid.
Yeah, he is afraid until he's not, and then he looks so confident and so handsome.
Yeah.
I do like the performance by Amanda too. The way she's like, "Let's go, Robby!" Yeah, She puts a little growl. In
Oh
there.
yeah,
that's
it's
really
funny.
nice. Yeah, we cut to.
I feel like it's funny, but it was funny when I saw it in the trailer.
Yeah,
And then it was funny the first time I watched it. Now, like the third or fourth time I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, it's less funny by the moment.
you're liking it less and less by the joke.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's how jokes usually work.
Yeah, a joke has to be really funny to be that as funny as it was the first time every time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yep.
Cut to Terry in the bathroom, giving himself a once-over. Beautiful as ever, babe. Come on, who you kidding? Cancer schmancer. But Terry starts remembering the doctor telling him the schmancer will kill him within 6 months. He starts coughing. He tries to take some medicine.
Schmancer.
But the schmancer has given him butterfingers, and he drops all his pills in the sink.
My pillies.
My pillies, my damn schmancer and my pills.
Yeah, that sucks.
That sucks. And, Thomas Ian Griffiths is fucking incredible.
He's a
because
fantastic actor.
watching Terry's composure slip from him immediately when the pills go, he's just like, that's
Because he's living on the razor's edge every
Totally.
day, especially today.
Chico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know what you're saying.
Yep.
And he's just, because it's not a Terry thing to do to be so petulant that you'd get so mad you'd throw a pill bottle. That's immature, dude.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
sophomoric behavior.
But he, he's alone too, so it's like
Yeah. But Terry Silver is a madman.
he is.
And then, what's funny? It's not a flashback, it's an audio flashback to something he said to remind us of something he's feeling.
What was it?
Those sons of bitches ruined my reputation. They took the one thing left in the world I cared about. If I'm going to hell, I'm taking them down with me.
So that was something he had said before.
Yep.
And he was remembering those feelings.
He said it to the guy, his lawyer.
Oh yeah, right.
Remember?
Yep,
Because
totally.
he's like, Terry, come on. What are we doing with all of these crazy dojos? It came off as a Woody Allen by the end. I don't know what happened there.
I liked it. Try it again with Woody Allen, even harder.
Terry,
No,
what
stop.
Oh. What? It's a Woody Allen. I'm just doing Woody.
Woody Allen. I can't.
Actually,
Can't do it either.
no, I think that wasn't bad. Terry gathers his strength, slides back into his confident persona. I wrote, dude's goleming out.
He is, yeah.
Gunther continues his speech. Of the world's 16 dojos, it's all come down to our final 3, the Iron Dragons. Big pop. There are some signs in the crowd. Bring down the Axel.
Axel Kosovavi. I spelled it wrong. Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Lost track of the word. Mary Mizara is one of the other signs.
Makes sense.
Miyagi-Do karate. Another big pop.
Hometown crowd.
Yeah, that's true. Amanda's going cuckoo.
Is there a kick the competition out there?
No.
That's what I would have brought.
That would have been nice. There was a go Miyagi-Do go. There was a wax.
That's like your most basic babyface sign.
And then there was a wax on, wax off.
How do you know about that?
Probably from commercials he did. I was
Yeah,
thinking
you're
the
right.
same thing. 'Cause I was like,
I bet you're fucking
I'm
right.
like, how does everybody know about wax on, wax off? It was just him and an old man in a backyard.
Totally.
But he probably did a commercial. I'm waxing on the prices.
And I'm waxing off the
Prices.
the competitors.
Yeah. Stop waxing off your competitors, Daniel.
Waxing off Tom Cole all night, kid.
Boba. And Cobra Kai.
Boo.
One
that
lady
kid died. We don't like
yeah,
it.
no, they do like her. The
Oh, okay.
sign that
Oh.
she has is Tori is number 1. There is a Robby Keane sign out there too, but I couldn't read it.
Robbie Keane is pretty mean.
Yeah, it had like a lot of writing on it. Peachy Keene, Robby Keane. And I'm like, that's kind of, you didn't rhyme. You just repeated the same words. So. Chosen comments to Daniel that there are no Cobra Kai senseis. I thought this was interesting. I thought it was sort of he was saying a lot there.
I agree.
3-pronged comment.
Yeah.
A coaching perspective, he notices that Tori has no senseis, and he doesn't feel great about it.
Yep.
He is sad
A
there's
lot
no...
of people wanted Chosen to be Tori's mentor. That never happened. It
No.
kept being John Kreese.
Yeah, that's true. No Sensei Kim. So he's clearly noticing that.
His boner noticed that one.
And I think Chosen actually feels bad and wishes he could go help Tori. Doesn't it look like he's like, oh no, she doesn't have a sensei. I might have to go over there and sensei her. She's in trouble.
Yeah,
but
yes.
he doesn't. Like, you know.
Yes, you're right.
So Gunther continues, the rules are simple. Each dojo will retain the points they've earned in their Barcelona competitions. Our unfinished boys semifinal will reset to 0-0, and the remaining girls semifinals will be taking place tomorrow.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Everybody's eye-fucking each other. Yep. Some looks of loathing, some of longing, with Sensei Wolf is quick to criticize Axel for, because he's given Sam the...
hey, eyes on your opponent, dipshit.
Yeah, the wubba wubba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, that's just not productive, bro.
To be staring
Man
at...
to man, I mean, I'm not like being abusive like your sensei. I'm just saying like that's a waste of your energy right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, she has a boyfriend, one, so you're already
2,
wasting
it's
your
fucking
energy.
Miguel. Have you met this
yeah,
guy?
This
He's
guy's
unbelievable.
Crazy. And you do have a competition to win.
Yeah, focus
so
up,
maybe
dude.
focus up.
I mean, you ever watch Rocky? Women weaken legs.
Yeah. You want me to slap the shit out of you?
Yeah.
That's what Sensei wants.
That's what he says, yeah.
Fucking slap the shit out of you. So we learn about the rules in this last round that I love. I wish all fights played by these. Each match consists of 3 2-minute rounds with unlimited scoring. 1 point for a hit, 10 points for a knockdown, and 20 points for a knockout. In the finals, we'll determine our individual champions, and the dojo with the most cumulative points will be crowned grand champion.
That sounds awesome.
I love all those points.
I love it too.
I like
Seems like a lot of
infinite-
different ways to get points.
Yep.
So like the fight can just change in an instant if you get a knockdown.
You know, you can have like...
And you can just fucking unlimited.
Yeah. You can be like, point.
Yeah, you can like juggle them like in the corner like you're playing Tekken.
That's true. You can have the bad guy score a bunch of points, but then the good guy isn't out because he can always score a knockdown, which is what Robby's trying to do before he gets cracked.
Yeah, it does lead to drama in the fight because you can't see which way it's going to go.
Yeah, because you're like, Robby's doing good, but even Robby points out, I'm doing good, but he's scoring as many points as I am. I'm just scoring some points
Right.
now.
It seems like I'm doing good because we weren't touching him at all before.
Yeah, no one had ever scored a point on him, but me do that. Oh, boy. All right, so now we're going to have the moment of silence, right? Isn't that coming up here?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Gunther announces the moment of silence.
Because, like, part of why this is such a big deal is because Quan died, right?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of, everyone was like, whoa, what the fuck, a karate tournament? And then DSPN was like, I want that shit on my network.
Yep.
That's a big deal. It's got a lot of buzz.
Terry had said, I can get it on DSPN.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
And then, this is kind of a big deal. They're like, no, this is part of it. We have to pay homage to the fighter who died. We have to pay respect.
Yep.
So that this is not seen as disrespectful.
We cannot be seen to just be capitalizing on that kid's death.
Yeah, so take 30 seconds out. Everyone has to be quiet.
Yep.
And that's how we show that this is fine.
And
I'm sure everybody will be quiet. It's all a very respectful crowd.
yeah, there's no way that there's any kind of disrespectful little dorks out there.
No.
And before this, he had started talking, we did see Penis Breath come in and sit next to Chris with a big thing of nachos.
And in some ways, yes, are Penis Breath and Chris us? Yes. Because he was like, did you get the double extra nachos with the super cheese on them? He was like, did you even have to ask, bro?
You know what
super
sucks?
tall nachos. What?
Well, that interaction, I think, determines whose of us is who.
Yeah. And
I'm Penis Breath because I would have given you attitude because you asked me if I got the jalapenos. Obviously, I got the jalapenos. So I was actually really with Penis Breath at this moment.
Yes, in
I was
this
like,
moment.
Hey, Chris, did you get to
Shut up, Chris.
Oh, my God. People think I'm the stupid one. I think you're the stupid one.
So yes, but what happens next? We would not be responsible for this kind of behavior.
I would never. No, because we don't like anxiety, and this is just asking for it.
Yeah.
Did you notice the kid sitting to the left of Penis Breath? He was kind of like a meaty-looking dude. He kind of had short black hair. He had a Miyagi-Do bandana on and like a Hawaiian shirt. And he was kind of jacked like the other two. I was like, who's this guy? Chet, the new
He's
guy?
their third friend that they never talk about.
He's going to get way cooler than them like right away. As soon as everyone else meets Chet, they're going to be like, Chet. And he's like, what? No, that guy's fucking Dirt Eater or whatever.
No, that's Chet.
Shut up, Penis Breath. Crunch.
Eating his fucking chips during the moment of silence. I mean, I thought it was going to be a fart.
You thought the nachos were going to run right through him?
I just thought, like, I forgot what happened for a second. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, obviously Penis Breath is going to rip a big fart during the moment of silence. But I would say that would be more respectful because sometimes you can't control your farts.
I bet Quan thought farts were funny.
Of course he
But
did.
I don't think that Quan thought that crunching nachos during his moment of silence was funny.
No, he would have. Yeah, he would have really made fun of him if he was still alive.
Quan, but not forgotten, buddy. Crunch, dude. And Johnny is like, penis breath.
Yeah.
And I noticed that
Daniel's even like, Jesus.
and the way he looks at Johnny is like, this is kind of one of your guys.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate that you just yelled at your guy.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's like, yeah, now I get why he's called Penis Breath.
yep.
He's like, I condone that nickname now.
Wouldn't that suck if you did something that then you knew Daniel LaRusso hated you forever for?
Yeah,
And when you know
definitely.
you're around him all the time.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
No.
Daniel LaRusso could hate me. That's
that would
fine.
be fine. Yeah.
So Gunther announces the first match or rematch. We have Robby K versus Axel K. Robby gets a pep talk from his senseis. Daniel, Robby, you can do this. Chosen, lock in, trust your skills. Johnny, doesn't matter what happened last time. Doesn't matter how many people are watching. It's just you and him on the mat. You trained for this. You're ready.
Use your AI skills,
Use
dude.
everything you learned from
He
your
does,
binary
right?
senseis.
Doesn't
He does.
He remembers fighting Miguel
Yep.
in the Axel outfit.
Yeah, he uses the stupid fucking thing. So I guess it's worth it.
I fucking guess.
But-
But again, I still maintain it would have been better to train against Miguel, who's a fucking S tier fighter.
Yeah.
Should have been an S tier badass. I think that was our bad on the tier list. But
You know, tier lists are tough. They're
Tier
never
lists are
this,
tough.
You're never going to feel the same way about a tier list the next day.
it's true. And sometimes you're just like, how about this? And the other guy's like, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
all
then
right.
someone will point, a couple of people in the comments on the YouTube were like, well, I think this person should be up there. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, they're like, Sato should probably be a higher up on the list because he, like, gave Tommy Village back to the people and fucking listed all these beautiful things he'd done. I was like, fuck.
It's a good point, but hey, a tier list is,
A tier list lives and dies in that moment.
exactly.
But its purpose is to kind of rile everybody up.
Yeah, just talk about it.
Because not only is nobody's tier list the same, the same person's tier list isn't the same.
It's true.
So we're hopefully going to do some more over theirs on
Yeah.
YouTube's, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, so I still maintain that it would have been better to just train against Miguel.
Yeah. And the whole training is made into a joke, right? Because he learns it right here,
Yeah.
but then immediately it means nothing 1 second later when Axel adapts.
You're right.
Which is cool, but
Yeah, it's true.
Fuck
It's-
those
It's like
guys.
Axel wasn't really trying the whole time. He was
you
just-
guys, yeah.
you weren't getting past his basic shit.
You've not even seen what I could possibly do to
Yeah.
you morons.
Yeah.
Terry gets in Wolf's ear before the fight. They may have picked the venue and the ref, but we have the more skilled fighters. We should win easily.
They did pick the ref, huh? That didn't work out for him.
Yeah, dude. Daniel picked a shitty ref. He's
Well,
like,
they
"Oh, pick
respect Vidal, but Vidal has no loyalty to Daniel, so I guess he's like,
I was joking.
I'm a rough and tumble kind of referee. I like this kind of shit down and dirty.
No, I think he has gotten. I mean, I don't mean to call people names, but fat and lazy. Because he goes, Daniel's like, hey, pal, wasn't that a DQ? And he goes, well, I don't know. They both kind of fell down, and I didn't really get a good look at them.
Because he wasn't like in the crouching position. We
Hey,
need a ref
fatso.
with a big honking mustache.
Yeah, no, I was joking before, but Sensei Ron, dude, let's
Yeah,
go,
no, I
baby.
agree. I
That's
think
a
you would've done it,
trustworthy
too.
individual.
It's true.
Vidal.
Yep.
Vidal. Ugh. Beans, Fots, get out of here, dude. I've
Freddie,
had about
Freddie
enough.
Fernandez.
Freddie Fernandez.
You know?
I mean, he's got no right, no,
No.
karate training or
No.
anything.
But, they get to pick the ref. They didn't say he has to be a qualified
Those who
ref.
can't pack meat, ref.
Yeah. I would have picked a crooked ref on my side.
Yeah.
You owe Terry that one.
Yeah.
That's a receipt, pal, from the other tournaments.
Yeah. Select yeah.
Absolutely.
Robby versus Axel 2. They bow to each other. They still got some respects. Axel starts off with a slew of offensive moves that Robby's easily able to defend against because of his training with the binary senseis.
That's right.
And even scores a point with a kick to Axel's abdomen. Axel looks over at Terry and Wolf, and they're both shaking their heads in disgust. This fires Axel.
This guy got kicked. I don't like that. I
This
don't like
fi-
that one bit.
This fires Axel back up, and he starts. You coined a term.
Open mouth
Open
yelling?
mouth yelling.
Kind of like a roar, like, ah!
It's like, of course, everyone opens their mouths when they yell, but his mouth is already wide open before he's even.
It's like picture like the radiation that Godzilla shoots out coming out of his mouth.
It's
That's
like-
what I see.
And you need to get it all out, so you open it up as much as possible.
Yeah.
So Axel starts whooping his butt. Robby can't do nothing. And
What do you think? He was like, "Oh fuck, I better start trying."
Axel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
This
don't like
has-
this.
Yeah, this had to be part of his
Well, also,
game.
he must have been embarrassed.
But I think this was part of the game plan. I feel like, they're mad at him when he comes. Like, if Axel hadn't come off of the mat after beating Robby up there smiling, Wolf would have been happy because he probably fell into their plan, which was don't show them anything until they score a point, then change.
Totally.
So the second
think
he
that's
scored
right,
the
yeah.
point, he was like, oh, execute Wolf order number 2.
Yeah.
But then he came off the mat being like barely smiling.
Yeah.
And he was like, you fucking want a fresh one? Right over the top.
What's
of
the
you.
matter, you? They're
What's the
Italian,
matter,
right?
you? I don't know where he's from.
I think
There's-
Italy.
But he has almost
I'm super
he's-
bad at guessing
Yeah,
races.
yeah, his accent's crazy. I don't know. He's all over the place.
Hong Kong is where the dojo's from.
Yes.
So
Sometime I looked it up because he kind of talks with like an English accent. So I was looking into like somehow did British colonialism affect people's accents in a modern day Hong Kong, which is not really the case. But sometimes there's a Cantonese influence that sometimes speaks in that specific style of English.
interesting.
And not Cantonese. Yeah, that's what he speaks, right? Magdalena? No, not.
It all
I
sounds
forget.
accurate, bro, but
Yeah,
facts
yeah,
do
yeah.
not exist.
Facts
in
do
my
not exist.
dojo.
So I just made all that up.
You're like
Also-
ChatGPT. You just be saying shit. And you're like, wait, are you sure?
Chat my Ike. What's up, dude? Across the mat, Robby's telling his senseis that it's like Axel reprogrammed himself.
Yeah, he's like really sticking to this robot thing.
Yeah, you
You're like,
really.
no, dude, he's not a robot. You do that sometimes, where you just do it in a different style.
Yeah, I
Fucking
feel-
throw some Cobra Kai at him out
Yeah.
of nowhere. I'm sure that would fuck with him.
I think Johnny's like, shut up with the robot stuff.
He's
What are you
not
doing?
actually a robot, dude.
Where'd all this robot crap come
Did you
from?
watch Terminator last night? I
You
mean,
look-
sick movie, but
And also, I thought we had a rule where when Terminator's on, you come get
come
Papa,
get me.
and then we get Miguel.
Make some
and then
popcorn.
and then Sweet Carmen, and we get
plays
the whole
one with
family.
Yaya.
Yeah, Yaya loves
You know, watch
Terminator.
some Schwarzenegger.
Yaya likes Terminator 1.
I know she does, yeah. She's a big fan. She never shuts up about it.
Never shuts up. So I do love the senseiing. Finally, we're getting some really good senseiing from Johnny
Yeah.
after a long time. At the beginning, we got good shit with Miguel, and he turned him from a nerd into a
For
warrior.
sure, yeah.
But then he got lost along his way. That he was teaching Eagle Fang, and it wasn't quite
In the park. Hard to
landing.
teach in the park.
Yeah. But now he's so.
and then he kind of
focused.
gets sometimes a little waylaid with like shoveling coal onto you and stuff. You know, industrial
his
activities.
Miyagi-isms.
Yeah.
Johnny's Miyagi-isms.
And when he was trying to make everything about an eagle, you're like, this isn't working.
That's not good. Do you
But,
think Kreese did stuff like that?
Yeah.
Kreese did Coyote Creek.
Well,
Coyote Kreese.
it's just called Coyote Creek. I mean, it's a battle royale.
Yeah, but right, but do you think Kreese did stuff like the cement truck and shit?
Oh,
You know what I
shit,
mean? Like, because
okay.
Kreese did Karate Creek. They did Coyote Creek when Johnny was a Cobra Kai.
Which I would have loved to see. That.
Oh, dude,
That's awesome.
Yes, I'd like to see if I could, I guess a comic, but
We
you
just-
could have made a beat 'em up.
We just watched that episode on Patreon.
Yeah, dude.
Patreon.com/Cobra Guys. $5. You can listen to us, do commentaries, all kinds of crap on.
Dude, there's so much shit on there.
We have fine tooth combed every episode of Cobra Kai on there.
And I'm excited about how this has been going, so we might just keep doing
Do
it till
videos
we
of the first season.
just do the videos of the
Right,
first. Just do it till we die, dude.
Anyway,
Go to
yeah,
Patreon.
I mean, yes, I think Kreese.
like, did Kreese do?
No, but I
hit
think
him with
like
the
go for a
baseballs?
hike.
Right.
You know, walk them out, walk them till they're dead tired or something,
Yeah.
or run them. Probably those guys were more athletic. They
Yeah,
could
because
run.
Kreese did the like the battle ropes thing. So endurance, punishments, and stuff, and training is something he's into.
Army guy stuff.
Army
bet.
guy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like like hopping over
Everyone
tires.
puts on a 40-pound rucksack and then we work out.
Dude, gotta keep your rucksack fucking
Mhm.
policed.
Totes.
100%. So Johnny's like, he adapted. Now you adapt.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing? Shut up about robots. Let's get your head out of your
Hey,
ass.
how
and get
about
out
you're a robot? How about that? Become
Yeah.
the robot.
there. And Daniel gives like his best speech ever.
Hell yeah.
Robbie's
I
like,
loved it.
Mies doesn't think I can, Z's. And Daniel goes, Robbie Keane, not knowing how to adapt? That's a first. You never had things easy. You've been knocked down every which way more times than anyone I've ever known, but you've also gotten back up more times. And you stood up to Kreese. You stood up to Silver. Whenever you knew something was wrong, you stood up, even when you had to do it alone. You turned your rival into your best friend. You patched things up with your dad. No one.
And your dad was a piece of shit,
Your dad
Robby.
is a scumbag.
And this little kid tried to kill you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You killed him. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So tell me, can you do it again? And then Robby nods his head like, fuck yeah, sensei.
That was a great speech.
Yeah. Johnny tells him it's a great speech.
Robby Keene, not being able to that.
Not me all that.
Be a
Robby
first.
Keene. Come on, man.
Why don't you just remember everything you learned, Robby?
Essentially, Robby, what I want you to do is remember everything you've learned.
He didn't, though. He forgot the Mr. Miyagi special kick, but
Jeremy, you
that's
never
my
got the
greatest-
special kick.
that's my greatest disappointment.
You said, hey, guys, remember the whole thing you did with the awesome special kick? You did it one time.
That's the one question I'm going to ask John.
Well, I guess I would be interested to know. They thought, done, we did it. He did it in the tournament. It's done.
I guess.
But it was awesome.
It was awesome.
And now it's
It's
Robby's
his signature special kick now.
It's the kick that Robby could do that Daniel couldn't do, that Miguel could.
Yeah.
That Miyagi could do.
Yes.
Robby should teach Miguel.
Yes.
Although that doesn't feel like a Miguel move.
No.
Miguel's
He's a puncher.
he's a striker,
Yeah.
a more ferocious striker.
Yeah.
Robby's calm and confident as he strides back onto the mat, smiling even. Axel's furious and embarrassed as he marches back to his fighting position. The fight resumes. Axel comes out on the offensive, but Robby's able to adapt for a while. They eventually trade points, which infuriates Axel, and then Robby starts to open up on him. Robby he loves a spin kick, a jumping spin kick,
Oh, yeah.
a standing spin kick.
Yeah.
Axel
A
is...
Van Damme side jump kick.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Axel is further enraged. They start exchanging points furiously, and the round ends 11-6.
Okay.
But Robby scored 4 or 5 points, I believe. But Axel also scored 5 points, so they're kind of staying.
You know what? That's exactly
for
the
toe.
kind of action the Sakai Takai wants. That's like, you can sell fucking pay-per-views on that shit.
Dude, absolutely.
You
I
know?
mean, you imagine the amount of Sakai Takais we're going to sell from the highlights on this thing?
Definitely.
Sweet Lou's out there just peeping everything with his little camera.
Our cousin Sweet Lou takes pictures of karate fighters and stuff, or like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu matches and stuff.
Yeah. The tug.
But I think also some of it is like kickboxing or something.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him more about some other.
I think he already told us, but we'll have to ask him
I
even
guess
more.
we gotta listen harder. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a long story.
Yeah,
Okay, dude.
Bobby. Yeah, sure. Robby returns triumphantly to his senseis, who congratulate him on scoring 5 points. And Robby's like, but he scored 5 points. And Johnny's being number one dad, number one sensei, number one student, because he forgives his evil sensei.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, so what? Now you see he's not a machine, he's a human. I
Yeah,
love
enough with that machine crap.
Listen, I know we watched Terminator and you're really scared, but he's just a person.
Remember, how about he's like the Predator, and then you're like Arnold now.
You're in the mud, Robby. Oh!
Do you remember that?
Do you remember that part, Robby? We have a strict Arnold rule, is what it probably is.
Yeah, we've been watching Arnold movies all week.
You gotta get the whole family together. So Johnny says, let's see. Oh, we're gonna need a knockdown for a win. And Chosen doubles down. He says, "Oi, knock him on his ass."
Oh, for a second, I thought you were doing Jason Statham as Chosen.
Oi, knock him on his ass. And in the dojo loves this. I feel like you hear everyone going, yeah. And then Robby looks at Chosen like, fuck yes.
Has Hawk been in this one?
Nah, dog.
Where's Hawk?
Hawk is in one scene with Dimitri where he says, I hate to be the bearer of math news.
That was a fine line, though.
I love
that. Was good,
line.
yeah.
That's one of those lines that maybe would have annoyed me that Dimitri said, but I thought I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I coined it. I would never say that I called anything or coined anything because I don't know what's going to happen on TV shows.
How could you know?
How could I know? Across the mat, loser-ass Axel has slunk back to his senseis, saying that you just may be paranoid. You looked at the computer now.
No, I'm looking at the little curl on my hair here.
Dude, look at Curly Q. That's kind of over, curl, dude. You're being
Yeah, it's a little too much.
It's a little egregious, bro. Kind of trying to throw it in everyone's faces. Loser-ass Axel has slunk back to his sensei, saying that Robby's adjusted and that he's just too fast.
Wow. That's what pussies say,
Yeah,
dude.
don't make excuses. That was
Good thing these fighters have senseis because they keep being like, fuck, the other guy's too good.
The other guy's too. I guess that's what senseis are for. You know, you're like, well, sorry guys. Turns out the other guy's better at karate, and then the guy
No, he's
goes,
not. You're better.
Holy shit, I am.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna kick his ass. So Axel lowers his head in shame, and then Wolf looks to Silver, who gives him the nod, like, we're going for it.
Do this special maneuver.
Yeah, Wolf whispers something into his fighter's ear, which, if you listen, you can hear it.
What do you say?
Take his knee, break it.
Whoa.
And then they don't put that in the subtitles, though. So
Wow.
I was like, I can't confirm.
And then he's like, are you sure?
Do as I say, and you will win. I mean,
Are you sure?
how is he so sure he's not going to get disqualified?
Because we paid off Vidal.
I hate that guy.
Silver paid him off.
you're-
You can pick any ref in the world. I can afford any one of them.
You tell me that pudgy little prick is also a sellout?
I think he's a
Son of a bitch, dude.
You know, I think he's actually aging gracefully, and he looks pretty good. But
Ron?
yeah, he's definitely a sellout.
Ron, bring down
He's definitely.
WOG on this fool.
Yep, he's definitely on the payroll.
I hate that.
I don't know how else he wouldn't get disqualified, and why they knew.
Oh, I know one reason.
Why?
He's a fat idiot. I'm going hard, guys. On YouTube too. Can you believe that? I keep
This is
looking at
crazy.
the. I'm used to the laptop being my camera.
Yeah,
But now we're in a whole new world.
it's a whole new world.
Don't want to get popped. Both fighters take their place, and Fat Vidal is sure to remind them that this is the final round of fight. Axel's blocking everything Robby throws at him, waiting for his opportunity to secure Robby's leg. Robby goes for one of his big leaping spin kicks I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Axel evades, but don't worry. Robby follows with another after he lands, but Axel sees this moment, moves with the kick, snatching Robby's leg under his armpit, spins him around the mat with a dragon screw ice, and snizzap.
That's right. In pro wrestling, we call that a dragon screw.
Yep, I only know wrestling moves, so
Mhm.
Robby howls out in pain.
Really wrenching the knee.
It's pretty gross. Even in wrestling, every time I go, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
I guess because it's not real.
Yeah.
It just seems like that would really hurt your knee.
Yeah.
You
but-
know?
Yeah, you're not. But, like, do you think you could break someone's knee like that? Is that a legitimate way to break someone's knee?
I guess so. If you had hold of their ankle and used all your body weight to spin their
I
fucking
mean,
foot.
this show is fake, but Axel ain't faking it right there.
No, yeah, you're right. But I think like in Cobra Kai, pro wrestling logic holds up, like choke slams.
Choke slams, power bombs,
Yeah.
drop kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody get drop kicked in this? They must. I'd like to go through.
I think there might have been a good drop kick in the actually in the Coyote Creek.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
Hawk drop kicked a guy.
Ooh, oh, he drop bared a guy. I'll tell you that. Australian drop bear on
Well,
that
he did
guy.
that. Yeah, he hawked him.
Which one? Do we know which one of the big three is the wrestle man?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah,
no, but somebody.
I'd like to ask John about who's the wrestling guy.
I'd like to ask them all. Somebody over there knows about wrestling.
Yeah.
You know.
Where the hell was I, dude? Oh, mid-fight. Oh, no, post-fight because he got his leg broken. Johnny runs out on the mat, immediately followed closely by Daniel. Robby tells Johnny it's the knee. Miguel starts running out on the mat, yelling that Axel did it on purpose.
Of course he did it on
He sure
purpose.
did,
Yeah.
dude. And Sam is furious. I had a little image here of how mad Sam is, Jeremy. If you
Wow.
want to look at that. You guys can't see it.
Show the camera.
because- Yeah.
Wow, she looks so
See
furious.
how mad she is? You guys were supposed to be able to see all my sweet stuff. It got ruined. All right, where are... Daniel goes to Vidal, and he's like, hey, dude, shouldn't that 100% be a DQ? And Vidal's dumbass is like, well,
He was like, that was Johnny Lawrence's son, right? And you're like, yeah. And like, well, yeah, Johnny Lawrence fucking Cobra Kai fucked me up in '83.
Yeah. Or he's like, Daniel.
Revenge.
He's like, Daniel, I got him for you.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't mess with you
we
again.
got these bastards, Daniel.
He's like, haven't you been watching the show?
No, what's going on?
Yeah. Grade A dinkus malinkus.
Yeah.
At the end of the day for
Negligence,
Wolf.
if nothing else.
Yep. Johnny and Wolf are staring daggers at each other. Gunther comes over the mic and lets us know that Robby has 15 minutes to return to the mat, and if he's unable to return, he will forfeit, and Axel
These
will
are some
win.
fucking crazy rules they have here.
Yeah. We see Daniel staring at Terry like, oh, I know this was you, you son of a bitch. And we see Miguel staring at Axel like, nobody hurts my sweet, beautiful brother but me.
Mm-hmm.
You better hope I don't get substituted into this tournament in a thrilling surprise return to my original dojo.
One way or the other, something's going to happen. I'm going to sign some papers, and
Yeah,
me and
dude.
you are going to square off, pal.
It's going down.
I'm going to win money in the bank.
It does have kind of a right at the end. Fucking Miguel cashes in.
Yeah, it's a
and
cash in.
Then Johnny cashes in and becomes dojo master
Yeah,
again.
definitely.
I love it. We cut to the locker room where the doctors have already.
Cobra Kai and pro wrestling share a lot of the same best story beats.
Yeah,
You know what I
'cause
mean?
They play by the same rules.
Yeah, it's just like the triumphant moments feel similar. The fucking wacky rules to get to the emotional moments feel similar.
Daniel LaRusso is gonna fight is like the spirit of 76 or
Yeah,
whatever,
yes,
right? In wrestling,
exactly.
when you get hurt and they pull you away on a
stretcher.
and you but wait, he gets off the stretcher, he's coming back. It's just like,
Yep.
the Daniel LaRusso's gonna fight.
Yep.
Cut to the locker room. Doctors have concluded, sorry, young man, but your leg is a broke as fuck.
Yeah, your foot's on backwards, pal.
Yeah, dude, you know you got back case of the old backwards feet? So this scene is an I understand that reference coming on here, right?
Oh, yes.
Because he says, why don't you slap him with the old Miyagi magic there, Chosen, and fix this boy's broken limbs? And he settles it once and for all.
He
If it
goes,
wasn't
can't
already-
you go do the old... You know, which we already called back to that in season 1, which why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know that we needed to do it again here. But
I agree.
guess
But
it's,
Daniel actually thought it was magic.
it's good for Chosen to stab that thing. And Daniel, come on, dude.
That's actually racist that you think it's magic, dude.
Some stuff you do, bro, is like a little racist, and all of us kind of let it go because you love Miyagi.
Yeah.
But sometimes, brother. Shannon tells Robby that he was awesome out there, and Robby really appreciates it and thanks her, and he's happy to have his mom around, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I like seeing Shannon doing well.
Me too.
'Cause she seems like a sweet, nice lady.
Yeah, good for her. She just likes to party, you know?
Yeah, but I really like thinking about, like, when Robby's like, oh, let's hang out and fucking have pizza and watch movies. I'm like, they had such sweet, sweet times.
I know.
She was a very loving and adoring mom.
Yeah.
And she was, doing what she had
Partied
to do.
a little too much.
Yep. Robby asks to be left alone, and everyone who thinks they should leave. And the people who know they should stay. Tori lingers behind for a
I
moment.
just thought again about what Chosen said, where he's like, heat massage can't fix broken leg, dude.
Yeah,
What
dude,
are you?
that's, yeah.
What are you talking about?
I can't physically mend his shattered bones back together. And Daniel's kind of like, oh, no, you can't. Are you sure?
Hold on, I have one other idea. What if we got like a lightning rod, right? And then like
We're talking about,
it's alive.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about turning a DeLorean into a time machine.
How many gigawatts we need?
How many gigolos do you need to fucking get this?
How many
thing?
juggalos is it going to take to get Robby back?
You're like,
out
I
there?
needed 16 gigolos. Oh boy, I made a mistake. I brought 27 juggalos.
That's a bad amount of juggalos.
Yeah, that's like -3 gigolos altogether. Now.
Yeah.
So Tori tells Robby that asshole cheated, and she's going to murder him and his entire team.
I like it.
I loved it.
I like how she thinks she's going to fight Axel now.
Yeah, and
She's like, I'll win the boys
yeah.
one too.
and just very matter of factly, I'm gonna do a straight murder on those guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill all those guys for messing with you. And Robby just tells her to focus on winning her fight. Tori lovingly squeezes Robby's hand and says that she's sorry this happened to him and walks away. And then Johnny Lawrence takes his place beside his beautiful boy.
You gonna be all right?
I could have won. Sucks the world will never know that. But I do. Did my best. Fought with honor. That lands me in second place. There's worse places to be.
Are you taking this way better than I ever could?
Guess instead of focusing on the things that I lost, I don't focus on the things that I've won. Karate's given me all the best things in my life. He's given me my friends. It's given me my girlfriend. It's given me my dad.
Love me, Dad.
That makes you a winner in anybody's.
I love you so much. Smooch.
Especially mine.
Smooch him.
Kiss your baby boy.
Kiss your beautiful baby boy. Don't even kiss me, Dad. I'm
a karate guy.
I'm a karate man.
I love you, man.
No, I love you.
So proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, Dad. It's fucking beautiful, dude.
It's beautiful.
So good, dude.
Do you think that thing that stuck in his head where he said karate gave me everything? Karate gave me my friends, my girlfriend. Because that's kind of what he says to Kreese later. You know? Similar.
Yeah. Elaborate.
Well, later Johnny says to Kreese, everything that's good about me, you gave me.
Oh.
Being badass, karate.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's kind of echoing those sentiments.
So do you think that Robby saying all those things to Johnny was another thing that helped Johnny get to that place with Kreese?
I do.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. I love it.
And I think it shows the difference that
It shows us.
the different person that Robby is at this point in his life to where Johnny was when he lost the tournament. Also, this is the second time Robby lost the tournament.
Yeah, but
he's more pliable as a person. He can take the emotional hit and not be destroyed.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's been pretty strong the whole time. But now that he has such a support system too, it's like, what can stop Robby?
And Johnny
losing it's not going to ruin his life.
Not even close.
It's not crushing him. He's already okay with the fact that this isn't going down.
Yeah. And Johnny's like, wait, you're what?
Yeah.
And he says it
because he made his son better.
Yeah, and he says it to Daniel later. I don't know how to not fight.
Exactly.
Robby does.
And it's like Johnny, for better or worse, for whatever he said his whole life, he needs the win.
Yes.
He's always needed the win. He has never been complete in the way the show ends. You know, they give him the win because he needs it. But Robby doesn't need it. Robby can be happy with everything he has. And, because he knows what it's like to have nothing.
That's true. Although Sam came from a lot, and she learned the same lesson, too, that she's okay. She didn't lose. She actually just learned she doesn't even need to fight.
Yeah, yeah. But, I mean, I think Robby did, too, just after he lost, after he got hurt.
Yeah, he had, yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, right. This isn't killing me. Plus, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to quit.
No, he wasn't going to
So
quit.
he's like, I got to fight for everybody.
Yeah.
And I have to fight. He's trying to fight for his beautiful brother who believes in him.
It's true. And also, he kind of promised Tori.
Yes, that's
so
true.
It would have been, different for him to quit.
Man, you guys messed up so bad by hurting Robby like that.
Yeah.
Because now you made Tori super angry, and she's not even going to beat the shit out of Sam because she's out of the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And now Miguel is infuriated.
You don't want to meet Shark Eyes Miguel.
Yeah, and
Final form, Shark Eyes Miguel.
You supercharged Sensei Lawrence.
That's true.
So you're getting the full package.
Plus, you don't even know what's going on with Kreese, that he just supercharged everybody.
Yeah,
boosted
them all up.
Right? Little fucking charisma modifier or something.
He boosted him with some sort of spellcraft. the Cobra. He used the Cobra for good.
You're right.
I love that.
Yep.
We use the Cobra for good here.
That's right.
As you see all our many Cobras.
He does look like a ghost walking around, though, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, it's like the coloring of him. I don't know if it's his makeup or they whited up his hair a little bit, or the jacket just brings out the.
It's because he has all light colors on. Yeah.
He has all light colors on.
Yeah, he looks weightless.
Yeah.
Because he's unburdened himself.
Yeah, totally.
So everyone has. Sam unburdened herself. Robby unburdened herself. Kreese unburdened himself. Daniel unburdened himself.
Yeah.
And Johnny can't not. He needs to.
He needs to beat this bastard.
He needs to win, man.
Yeah, he needs to win.
Sometimes you just need a W.
Yep.
All right, so back to the tournament. Gunther's giving a speech about what happens next. As Robby Keane cannot continue, Axel Kovacevic moves on to the finals. And if Cobra Kai does not name a replacement for Kwon Jae-sung, Axel Kovacevic will be named the boys' champion following the conclusion
he's definitely
of tomorrow's
it,
girls' semifinal round.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. We pan over to the Miyagi boys, and this is when we see Hawk and Dimitri for the first time.
Oh,
I hate to be the bearer of math news, but that fight just set us way back. Current standings, Iron Dragons, 160. Cobra Kai in second with 112. Furia de Pantera in third with 109. And Miyagi-Do last with 93. So,
I hate to be the bearer of math news, but
not only does Miyagi-Do leave the tournament, they don't even finish in the top three. Furia finishes above them.
Damn those bastards.
Damn those sons of bitches, man.
Well, they did come all this way.
And the only thing Hawk says in this episode, which I didn't love because it just felt a little defeatist, because he says, "We just got to face the facts. We lost." And then
What a pussy.
nobody says anything. They all just walk away. Chosen and Daniel kind of look at each other like, well, that's it, I guess.
Yeah.
And Sam's the only one that is even looking a little bit pissed off. But it's not because she wants to fight. It's because she's all her inner turmoil.
Yep. Well, Miyagi-Do does lose. He's
Miyagi-Do
right.
loses.
He is right.
Miyagi-Do doesn't need to win.
Nope.
And we're about to really learn that lesson. We cut to the exterior LaRusso home night. Daniel finds Sam in the home dojo wailing on the bag with some ferocious kicks. Daniel comments that she's looking Jersey tough. I love the way that Daniel is dressed in this scene. He has like his brown pants on. He's got his little running sneakers. He has his hoodie, a T-shirt. And I like Sam. She's got like the shorts on. She's got the loose, like multicolored shirt. It looks just like a shirt that I used to have when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
It had like a yellow sleeve. It was like the metamorpho of shirts.
One pink arm, one yellow arm.
Yeah, and then a turquoise body. But in my notes, I was thinking this outfit made me start thinking about young Daniel. The hoodie and everything, how he's so casually dressed, and if that was intentional. Obviously, obviously, by the wardrobing, because we're going to see Daniel regressing into, like, the young version of himself.
That's a fucking great point. Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Because in his dream, when your dreams, you don't have complete control.
Yeah.
When he starts talking to Miyagi, it's like he becomes a little kid. He's like a sad little kid screaming for Miyagi.
I wonder if they did, or if they had different versions, at least in the script, where it was like, Daniel's a little kid and Mr. Miyagi's there.
Oh, that would have been cool if they made him like de-aged. Ralph.
Yeah,
that would have been something.
So
why not?
I wonder if that was even a thought.
CG.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, you'll have to talk to John about it.
I know exactly.
So great job, fucking costume designer.
Yeah,
that shit's awesome. Frank Helmer is the costume designer.
Cool.
If you'd like to know more about him, you could go listen to him on multiple interviews on Cobra Kai Companion.
You absolutely could.
Because I was like looking it up. I was like, who's the costume designer? And I Googled Frank Helmer. And then it was like part 5 of interviews with Frank Helmer on the Cobra Kai.
I'm sure they have the answers to all of our questions.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'll take your word for it.
ChatGPT, please listen to this all these podcasts.
Yeah, and get to the point. I've gotten so accustomed to the good wardrobing that I think I've taken for granted all the awesome decisions.
Yeah.
Like, back in season 1, I mean, we do focus on the clothes a lot. We have best dressed and stuff in various shows we watch, but this one really tuned it up for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good observation.
Daniel can tell that Sam's feeling unbalanced and conflicted, but he doesn't push Sam to open up. He just waits for her to start on her own, which she does. She says, it doesn't matter if I win tomorrow, Dad. There's no way I'm going to make up enough points to catch the Iron Dragons. And if I'm not fighting for Miyagi-Do...
What if you knocked her down 5 times?
Yeah, that's 100 points. That's 50 points. That's still not enough.
Okay, that's fair.
I think they'd still be down by 7.
Knock her down 100 times? Oh, punch her in the guts 15 times.
Well, knock her down 5 times, and then
the fight's over.
Knock her out.
Yeah.
And you get 20 points after.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, you're right.
She's going to have to get like 70 points. And if I'm not fighting for Miyagi-Do, what am I even fighting for? A few months ago, I thought it was for closure. And then in Barcelona, it just became about fighting our enemies again. But now I'm supposed to fight Tori. And she has so much more riding on this than I do. And
that's a super good point, Sam.
I don't know. I guess I'm having a hard time finding my focus.
Sam's really on it this week.
Totally. You're like,
she's like, but she like, it's funny because it's like, it all makes perfect sense. The fact that she's being like, this doesn't, wait. Why were we doing this?
Yeah.
And the point, she's just so deep into the karate battles that like her logic, which is correct, seems wrong.
Yeah, right.
Because you're like, but there seemed to be so much on the line that I had to do this before.
There has to still be a reason I'm supposed to fight, right?
Yeah.
And I just lost track of it.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And then Daniel's like, I don't know, kiddo. Kiddo, I just don't know.
I ain't had my dream yet, kiddo.
Haven't had my dream, yep. Daniel does smell exactly what The Rock is cooking and tells Sam, for a while now, I've been pretty off balance. I thought restarting the tournament here would help us close the book on all this the right way, but after what happened to Robby, I just don't know. I wish he had the answer for you, kiddo, but I'm still searching for some of those myself. And
I
then,
wish Mr. Miyagi had written down every single problem I would ever have to deal with.
and also every single thing he ever did, why he did it, all that
Yes.
stuff. It's all important.
Explain your fucking self, Miyagi.
Yeah. We cut to Miyagi-Do night. We see the cars parked outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Daniel wander around the corner of the building.
Got some chill lo-fi vibes.
Yep. And he finds the sanding paddles.
Yep.
And he starts talking to them like they're Mr.
Circles,
Miyagi.
Daniel-san.
Yeah. And he's what does he say? Sand the floor. Miyagi theme plays, hoping it will reveal some hidden epiphany. The universe answers. Daniel starts hearing whispers in the dark, voices from the past. He rises to his feet and stalks out onto the misty grounds of Miyagi-Do, searching for the source of the disembodied voices. But they just keep speaking to him in old words, memories. Danny, you're getting in that ring. It's open season on him and you. What's the matter? Mommy not here to dress ya? Hey, I'm talking to you, punk. You couldn't leave well enough alone. You had to dump a bunch of shit on my damn joint, you son of a bitch.
If a man confronts you on the street, he's Daniel LaRusso.
Get him a body bag. Yeah!
He's had enough!
A hooded skeleton rises up behind Daniel and grabs at his chest before
Now,
disappearing.
Also, do you think that they took a pass at this with the original skeletons? The
Yeah,
skinny guys with the
think-
white faces and the hoods? Or the tight hoods?
Yeah, it's the tight hoods. That's the difference.
These guys look like La Parka.
Yeah, and I think they
The 100
are,
La Parkas
they have a lot
attacking.
more like dirt on them, like they actually crawled out of the ground.
Ooh.
'Cause they are, you know,
Yes,
they're-
they're
yeah.
actually skeletons
Yeah.
from the past.
They're ghosts.
These are the skeletons in your closet.
Yep, absolutely. I like their spooky look.
Yeah,
I love the mist.
I do too.
We hear Kreese's voice with the "We do not train to be merciful here. Mercy is for the weak. Here on the street, we kill you." And then Daniel hears his own voice echo, "The enemy deserves no mercy."
Whoa, really?
Yeah, when I went through, I was really listening to the thing, and that's what it said in the subtitles. And that when I was listening to it, I was like, "Yeah, that is his voice."
Crazy. His from now or from old?
No, from when he was
Number
caught
3?
up in Terry Silver's shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are skeletons everywhere now, just pouring over the fence, surrounding Daniel. He takes a defensive stance and prepares for the first strike, but before they can attack, they suddenly start vanishing into the smoke, being ripped away by an unseen hand.
Batman.
One, then another, and another. We see the unseen hand grab the shoulder of one of the skeletons, becoming a seen hand. And then from the misty shadows steps Nariyoshi Kaisuke motherfucking Miyagi. CGI, if you will. I love that. I don't care that it's CG, that he doesn't
I
look
agree.
exactly
the
like
music cue sells it too. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so
it just hits you right in the
dun,
fucking
dun,
chest.
dun, dun, and he fucking yanks him out.
Yeah.
And just the silhouetted shots where he's not CGI, he's a different guy,
Yeah.
are beautiful. It's just an awesome scene. It's an awesome shot.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really fun too.
Mr. Miyagi starts putting fools away left and right. Bam,
Nut
smacked
kick.
out of
Nut
existence.
kick.
Yeah. Ghost nuts? Not anymore. Double nut crunch wrap supreme. One guy almost gets close to thinking about maybe being able to land a strike on Miyagi, but no. Daniel steps in and takes care of that, Jabroni. Daniel and Miyagi step closer to each other, begin a slow circling pattern that locks right into the wheel technique.
Oh yeah.
Then these absolute
And also,
yeah, they do all the moves while they're in the circle.
that's awesome.
They do wax on, wax off, sand the floor while they're moving around in the perfect circle.
Wow.
It's incredible. And then Mr. Miyagi gently pats Daniel on the shoulder, and he turns to face his sensei. And oh shit. Well, Eagle Fang Theater. Brum, bum, 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 bum.
Okay.
I'll be playing the role of Daniel.
And I'll be playing the role of Mr. Miyagi. This is Ghost.
Okay. Get ready.
Daniel-san, it's okay.
Why didn't you tell me you fought in the Sakai Takai? That you killed someone? Miyagi sighs. Why did you leave me here all alone, without any answers? I've been fighting so hard, Mr. Miyagi, trying to do what you would do. But we can't win. We can't win.
Daniel-san, answer same place as always. Remember, Miyagi teach. Win, lose, no matter. No need fight anymore.
Mr. Miyagi's voice echoes into the waking world as Daniel opens his eyes in bed. Your battery is running low.
Wow.
I didn't know it wasn't plugged in, dude.
Well, we're going to have to plug it in.
All right. Don't move. Oh, man. That's such a good scene.
it's awesome.
I love seeing Mr. Miyagi. It feels good on the soul.
I love Mr. Miyagi. I loved
Yeah.
him the whole time.
Yep.
You know, it's like the emotional touchstone that they went to a lot, but never really lost its fucking value.
Never.
A little bit with the story about him fucking beating the guy up and getting the necklace, but
Okay, maybe
that's just
don't-
because that
yeah.
was so drawn out.
Maybe not never. Yeah.
But you know, as a wrap up, this is awesome.
Yeah. I think it would have been irresponsible if they didn't do it. I think you would have left money on the table, not specifically money, but you know what I mean, the saying, like, you'd have left jelly in the donuts.
Yes.
Because you'd have been wondering, well, I would have liked to see Miyagi in some capacity.
Definitely. And a dream makes sense. And if he doesn't look right, that also makes sense. That's what dreams are.
And it's not, I mean, we believe in the magics. We
Yeah.
believe in the Cobra magic, the bonsai magic.
It's kind of the only thing that makes sense.
I think Sam was visited as well. I think that she had come to the conclusion on her own.
Yeah.
But I think that Miyagi's ghost came into the house and he was like, oh, Daniel's not here. Or he was there, actually.
Yeah.
And he brushed by Sam's room and
Hey,
hit her
Sam,
with
you also know how to fight.
He was going to go in there, and then Sam woke up and told him she was good.
Yeah.
She said, go get my pops. He's all messed up.
Yeah.
You got to square my daddy-o away.
And
Go
they were
beat-
like, this fucking guy, right? Wants to fight.
It was just cool to see him whoop butt, too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Great job, dude. I see you took an interesting approach with your Mr. Miyagi.
Ah, thank you. Yes. I mean, I've been working on it for years.
I knew. I didn't want us to get all the way through the show without having Jeremy give us that Miyagi. He's been holding out on you.
I'm Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. Do you want to know?
I don't do an accent.
Do you want to know how I would have done it?
I would love to.
Daniel-san, it's okay. It's all good, dude.
Daniel-san?
I do sort of a cheech. My Miyagi's a bit of a cheech.
Yes, it is. It is Chichonian.
Chichonian.
What happened next?
Daniel finds... You should say that more. I like
Yeah.
that. Daniel finds Sam drinking some tea in the kitchen by herself. Sam tries to tell Daniel
Mr. Miyagi tea.
Mr. Miyagi tea, yes. Sam tries to tell Daniel that she's not going to be fighting in the tournament, but he beats her to the punch because Ghost Dream Miyagi already told his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Sam was worried that Daniel was going to be mad or disappointed that she was going to fight. Daniel explains,
It's kind of like you did the most Miyagi-like thing possible.
she's like, I did?
Yeah.
Yeah. you
Miyagi
did
would
it."
love me because I often be like, nah, let's just not do it.
One of my favorite things about Jeremy, he never be there. Whole life, never be there.
It's true.
They hug, and I love it. I love all the hugs in this.
Yeah.
The Kreese hugs. Kreese and Tori didn't hug, but they did. Their spirits.
It was a spirit hug.
They reach across the arena and get a
Yeah,
hug.
yeah.
Smash cut to Daniel and Johnny later that day at the Sekai Taikai. Johnny's pretty pissed to hear that both Daniel
Is this the end to Sam's arc?
Yeah, baby, it's all just Groovy Tuesdays from here.
Right?
She's just like rooting for Miguel.
Yeah. So do you think it worked out for her? Yes.
Yeah,
Seems
dude.
like it did.
I think that
She grew as a person. She
It's-
learned how to fucking understand other people's situations.
did
and
anyone?
not be such a fucking asshole.
Yes,
You know?
she learned to like.
She
Don't
learned that
judge a book
sometimes-
by its cover.
Sometimes sob stories are true.
Yeah,
And you were actually wrong for accusing Tori of stealing your mom's wallet on the first day you met her. You stuck-up asshole. But
Yep.
no, you're not anymore. You're nice.
yes, absolutely. They all learn.
Yeah.
Does anyone not learn?
And then she learned so
lesson?
much about, like, dealing with just life. She was like, yeah, I'm good on fighting this one.
yeah.
Cool. I just know karate now. I'm not a fighter.
This is the time to learn stuff right before you get out into the big world.
Yeah. But if somebody attacks her, oh.
You better hope you don't bump into any of these kids.
Totally. That's why you can't just be starting fights in public. There's so many karate kids out there.
That's what Yasmin
You
was. That's what Yasmin was saying.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get kicked off of something.
You're gonna get beat up. You never know when a guy knows karate. You
Yep.
might see a human being on the street, and they might have had a whole Karate Kid saga.
Mm-hmm.
So you better watch out.
It's true.
You better watch your nuts. So Johnny's pretty pissed that everybody's quitting. Everyone from Miyagi-Do is quitting the 20. What are we gonna do? And but Daniel's gone full Miyagi. I entered this tournament to share Mr. Miyagi's teaching
That
with the
also
world.
makes sense that Johnny's pissed.
Yeah.
Especially because he's like,
Fuck.
I mean, I joined your dojo knowing that it was kind of like some hippy-dippy shit.
Yep.
But like figuring that we would still fight.
But now everyone's quitting. He's like, I guess I'll let
They
Robby.
all reach max level Miyagi-Do, and when you reach max level Miyagi-Do, the final skill you get is don't fight.
Yeah, the final skill. No need to fight, actually. It's not, you're not going to get anything from that. But Cobra Kai's like, fight and win.
Yeah, fight and win.
Sometimes you do need to fight, and sometimes you do need to win.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't just spend your whole life being okay with losing the whole time. That's no
true.
way to go about it.
You're absolutely right.
So I guess that's why I'm a Cobra guy.
Hiya.
That sounded like X-Files, sort of. I don't know.
I liked it. It sounded like Enya.
Oh,
Or VAST. Virtual Audio Sensory Theater. Look that up. That's some good shit. Which was on an episode of X-Files.
Vost?
Yeah.
That'd be a funny thing. What did you call it?
Vost. You don't know Vost?
Dude, you know, have you been listening to Toll?
Toll.
Corn? Have you listened to Corn? But Daniel's gone full ass Miyagi, dude. He said, I entered a tournament to teach the world Miyagi. What was I doing?
Yeah, what were you doing?
That was kind of silly on my part. Our teachers weren't perfect. I don't know why I thought I should know everything. I've been a real stinker. I beat my bunch of bad guys up with my sensei in my dreams last night.
And he was like, Daniel-san, like, whatever.
And I was like, dude, Miyagi, I'm going to retweet that.
It's a freaking
I'm going
good
old
point,
school. I'm going old school. So Johnny's like, ugh, that's like so awesome for you. And I need
Super opposite, though.
I need you to know that I mean that it's awesome for you, but no can do'sville, baby doll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to throw fisticuffs.
Yeah.
And Johnny then, he's like, all right, well, winning was my last shot. I get. What's Kreese doing over there? Is that Kreese over there? Hold on. I'm going to go follow that guy out.
So, like, yeah, right now, what is Johnny thinking?
It seems part of it.
I think he thought of it.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll just seize Cobra Kai.
Yes. I'm just going to ask him.
They have more points than us anyway. Sick.
At what point do you think, while Johnny's approaching Kreese, did he decide all this shit was coming out? Did he know? Or was he just going to go ask him for Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
And then he like, oh, fuck.
Yep,
Oh, shit.
That is what I think happened.
Okay. I agree with you.
Yeah.
What the hell was that yesterday? Bring up all this stuff from the past? What, you expect me to forgive you?
I don't deserve forgiveness.
Obviously, This is one of the best scenes in Cobra Kai of all time.
Yep. I think it's one of the most satisfying scenes in the history of television. So many times you'll be watching a show and be like, I wish the guy would just say the thing to the other guy or girl, whoever it is.
Yep.
Just say the thing that you think that we all think and want you to say.
And 30 years in the making, or more than that now, because it was 85 or whatever.
And he had a chance to come back and be a better guy for Johnny.
40 years?
Kreese, 40.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it again. He came back and was a shitty sensei again.
It's true.
Yeah, we agree on that. So I'll never forgive you for what you did.
Maybe.
I loved you, man.
Ooh.
I idolized you.
That's interesting. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
Thing about myself,
You're like,
strength,
oh, obviously.
confidence, karate.
In
He
fact, that's
idolized him,
actually
yeah.
a kind of an untold detail of the entire show. Is like, Kreese would never ever say that's badass or this is badass, but Johnny learned what badass was by watching Kreese.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And then kind of putting all this other stuff together, like Guns N' Roses and shit.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, definitely. He was his dad.
Yeah. You think he drank the banquets?
He had to.
Yeah.
Where would he learned it from watching you, Kreese.
Yep. But there was also a banquet in that box of Johnny's dad's stuff they found that one
He learned
time.
it from finding
All
it in
of
the
his
box.
dads.
Yes. But then he continued it from watching his other. Now, I don't know if Kreese... Yeah, no, Kreese probably drinks whatever those weird beers...
the sodas that Radar drinks?
Yeah, no. Remember they
Mash?
remember him and
Yes.
Terry bet the beers?
Yes.
Those are his beers.
You're
so
right.
that's probably...
right.
Although those are hard to get.
Yeah.
You taught me. I only wanted to please you. So yeah, the night in the parking lot, December 19th, 1984, was the single worst moment of my life. But what hurt even more than being choked out was you abandoning me. You threw me away like trash,
Damn.
right when I needed you most. You have no idea what those years were like.
This is like when Will was talking to Uncle Phil.
Why don't he want me, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what is also, he doesn't say this, and I don't know if it occurs to him, but I find very sad, is that your fucking rival sensei had to save you from your own sensei.
Yeah.
That's really fucking shitty.
That's how double dirty
Mr.
you did.
Miyagi had to save me?
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
Yep.
I trusted no one. Least of all myself.
Damn, dude.
All because of you.
What was that sound?
He slapped his, tried to hug him. Don't you fucking put your hand on me. It's not your fault, Johnny. It's not your fault.
Don't let my drinking of the Dr. Pepper undercut the weight of this scene.
Guy's very disrespectful.
Oh, I know who I am.
Get him in there. Get in here. Get in here.
I'm so sorry, son.
Son, don't go. Oh my God, call me son.
Can't change the past. I wish there was some way I could make it up to you.
Did somebody say favor?
What a beautiful
Maybe
scene.
there is.
It really is.
And then it's badass.
And then it accomplishes something great in the story.
the most badass thing that's ever happened.
Yeah. Yes.
You thought Mr. Miyagi coming back as a ghost was badass, but this might be a little bit more badass.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Cut to Gunther addressing the Sakai Takai. The Sakai Takai has always been unpredictable, like when that kid died.
Kids died,
Yeah.
and then you gotta flip him over like a pancake.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
Oh, nobody gave that guy the Paisans discount. But this year's been like no other. Samantha LaRusso has elected not to fight, officially ending Miyagi-Do Karate's impressive underdog run. Let's give them a round of applause.
For quitting?
They did a good job.
I was said to you when we watched it, he should have said like, you know, because Mr. Miyagi preached non-violence, their dojo has decided that they don't want to participate in this anymore. They're not quitting because they're pussies or they're not going to win. They're quitting. It's actually super badass of them to quit.
Come on, guys. Yeah. That's some solid stuff.
Non-violence is the only answer in this world.
Now you're starting to talk like Xander
I know,
Stone. I don't
sorry.
want to hear it.
Yep.
So, you know, pretty much Cobra Kai not naming a replacement for their fallen captain means that Axel Kovacevic automatically becomes our new male champion.
Give him the title belt.
The what?
The world title.
Ooh, I regret to inform you. However, Cobra Kai has named a replacement.
He hit him with the fucking Chef Ramsay move.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is the best meal that I've ever seen in that.
Compared to bullshit.
Compared to bullshit. Yeah, so pretty much. Hit the music, dude. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, wow, wow. Thunder.
Yep.
And joining Tori Nichols on Team Cobra Kai will be Miguel Diaz. The crowd begins to roar.
Miguel's got such an aura with that fucking that Cobra Kai deal on.
That
Plus
black
a
and yellow
million.
gi.
If he had been rocking that gi, then yes, he's definitely an S tier badass. But
That's true. We should have.
rocking that white gi kind of takes him down a little bit.
Takes
He's
him
a
to the
little more
badass.
chill when he's Miyagi-Do.
He is, and he's not like fighting's not his main interest.
Yeah.
But now he's ready to go because he
Yeah.
was hungry. He was
already executing on a super high level, higher than Robby.
Yep.
Because the pressure wasn't on, or maybe just because he was ready to fucking deal with the pressure.
And he's been hungry like the wolf since the first part of season 6.
Yeah.
I mean the second part.
And then now he has extra motivation because one, like, stop eyeballing my fucking girlfriend, dude.
Yeah, dude. How
Like
about
one
enough of that?
time is a mistake. You met her on the beach, very romantic. I can
I
see
get
why you
that.
fell in love with her, but you kind of gotta like lay off, dude. Stop
or I'm
looking
gonna
at her.
have
I'm
to
gonna-
whoop
I'm
your
gonna
ass.
kick your fucking face
I'm gonna
in,
have to
dude.
beat your butt, dude. That's the only way.
And on the other hand, it's like now he's gonna fight for his brother. You fucked up my brother. Now it's personal, dude.
And he gets to fight alongside one of his oest of G's,
Yeah,
Tori, his
it's true.
ex-girlfriend, his ex-teammate, but his, they know each other very well.
Yep.
And they're both from downtown.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
They've been down from the streets. Her and Robby, all three of them.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
And he knows even if he has a shot, he got into Stanford already. That winning
does
this
know.
is going to help Tori tremendously.
And he wants to do that. But mostly, stop looking at my girl.
Yeah, and another thing, I don't like how you're so tall.
Yeah. Hey,
How about that?
Lodge Fry, come down here. AC/DC fucking. I mean, if that's not badass enough when they come through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Gunther continues and coached by the two-time All-Valley champion and their new sensei, Johnny
Lawrence is my tribal chief.
Lawrence. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Throw it up. Throw it up for Johnny. I throw it up to a lot of people, which is pretty disrespectful. They're all going to come after me for it. You're only supposed to give one guy the thing. But.
Yeah.
So Johnny comes out thunderstruck's under it. That's crazy. In my notes, I wrote, Heaven to Murgatroyd outwalks the badass of badasses, everyone's favorite DILF. Johnny puts the G in OG Cobra's motherfucking Lawrence.
Yep.
And the crowd goes, oh, wild. I don't know if they show it, but I bet fucking Amanda creams her whole jeans off.
Yes.
She can't even
That's
contain
exactly
herself.
right.
And Daniel's like, it's fine. Yeah, I don't care.
Daniel was also creaming his jeans.
Yeah, and dude, Johnny looks over. He gives the little nod to Daniel, and Daniel does the fist pump.
Yeah.
And then Terry realizes,
Oh, no.
I just got so hard, dude. Because,
yes.
like,
they're like, hey, this isn't fair. How can they do this?
you know what scene that Terry didn't see? Where Johnny and Daniel go over to Gunther, and they're like, Gunther, check this out. Look, check this out. My guy Kreese gave me my dojo back. We want you to pull a fast one. And Gunther was like, I fucking love it.
That's
I
fucking
can't wait
awesome.
to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Terry fucking looks like he's going to explode, dude. Not yet, Terry. Not yet.
Be patient, my friend.
Sensei Wolf does comment, from his perspective, this does appear to be
The bullshit.
And he wonders how this is illegal or how this is legal.
Yeah, I don't know you don't know all the rules, guy. I know all the rules. This is legal.
And Terry just so matter-of-factly, ironclad.
Yeah.
He's like, they're former Cobra Kai. There's nothing we can do to
That
stop
is
this.
so fucking
They're
funny.
former Cobra Kai.
Yep.
And then Tori looks out in the crowd and makes eye contact with Kreese, who gives her the prayer bow, the blesses it up to her.
Yes.
And what a shot, dude.
What a shot.
What an incredible
Yeah.
shot. And
She
then,
lights the world up with her smile.
She does.
You know?
Absolutely.
You love to see it.
Then Johnny sees...
And I feel like usually it's like in Scott Pilgrim where it's like Scott has the power of love and that he fails. It's like Tori had the power of rage.
Yeah.
And it was like, she couldn't quite get it done. But it's like now Tori has the power of self-fulfillment.
She switched from a red lantern into a green lantern.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Just believe in herself and whooping ass. I love it. I love it. Johnny sees his sensei in the crowd as well. Johnny turns his whole body to face Kreese and salutes him in a very tight bow, which feels like it is an ode to Karate Kid 1, right?
I agree with you.
The way that Johnny bows to him
Yep.
is like how he bows to Kreese when Daniel first sees him in the dojo.
And he keeps his eyes up and looks at him. Yep.
Yeah, because look at the. I did a little screenshot. You can really see it.
100%.
It's beautiful.
And then Kreese bows to him. and
Kreese
it's
bows
like,
back. Yeah. Miguel glances across the mat at Axel, and their eyes lock for a few fleeting moments before Miguel casually looks away like Axel ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Tori,
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
He's
Tori,
like looking right through him.
yeah, he's like, forget.
He doesn't even bother going.
No, he just looks away casually. Tori and Miguel stand at attention before their sensei, all three standing unified with their arms crossed behind their backs.
Super badass.
Oh, so badass.
You know what's funny? You're like, could have been Aisha, but like, Peyton List showed up.
Yeah, she took your
We're
spot,
like, God
dude.
damn.
Sometimes
that girl's a natural Cobra.
took your spot.
Yeah.
They tight zoom on Johnny's face as his eyes are darting all over the arena, taking in this magnificent moment and knowing that the fight isn't over, but at least he gets a chance to fight.
Yeah.
Boom, end snake, thunderstruck, They did it. They did the thing he said from when they filmed the commercial.
Yep, from season 2.
With Aisha.
Yeah, you're right.
Aisha's good at commercials.
Throw Thunderstruck under it. Put a big snake.
She's the snake.
Yeah, you're right.
To the dentist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God dang.
I mean, what a fucking ending.
What a good episode.
Incredible.
Dude.
And it's like when you're watching it the first time, you're like, how are they going to do this?
Yeah.
You know, and then they just do it, and you're like, yep, here we fucking go. I kind of thought they were going to come around to Cobra Kai at the end.
The show's called Cobra Kai. How are they going to do it?
But they're so deep into Miyagi-Do.
Yep.
And Cobra Kais are such the bad guys.
100%.
But they did it.
They did it.
Mm.
They nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, no strikes, no balls, first pitch, home run, fucking grand slam, 5 touchdowns. I mean, 100 points.
Yep.
So incredible. But yeah. All right. This is going to conclude this portion.
The YouTube video is done.
Video is done.
However, the podcast will keep playing, and you'll be like, wow, that's cool.
Yep.
And if you want to see the video version of the next part of the podcast, which is emails and stuff, things of that nature, then you go to patreon.com/Cobra Guys on the free tier. We're going to post that video.
Absolutely, guys. All right. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Cobra Kai you later.
Fear does not exist in this
Podcast.